So I am here with Megan O'Hare, who is with EasyIT, which is a managed services provider in Columbus, Ohio. And I've known Megan for a couple years now. In fact, I think Megan introduced me through a conference to one of my very first customers after I started my business. But Megan has been sending me information for the last several months that I think is a best practice that we can all learn from. But before she does that, before she explains what that is, Megan, can you tell everybody who you are, what you're all about, and then we'll talk a little bit about your best practice.
Absolutely. Well, first I want to say thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to talk about sales marketing. Any of that stuff is always a great opportunity. And the best part is everyone can use it. So my role at EasyIT is an executive solution specialist. So I handle business development for EasyIT and also manage our marketing.
Great. Thank you very much. And now let's talk a little bit about that best practice. And you and I have talked offline about this, so we've had a little bit of a conversation about this. But you send me something every Monday, or maybe at the end of the day Monday or first thing Tuesday when I see it. But you send me something almost every week that I think is just cool, that every salesperson around the world can take advantage of. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing and how it's working for you.
Sure. So every salesperson has the goal of being top of mind. They want to be that first person that you think of or that you call when you need their product or service. For me specifically in the managed services world for IT services, I'm not selling a widget. I cannot convince someone to just simply buy a product and move on. So I really strive to be that top of mind. Someone that's happy with their current IT provider or services is not going to pay and go through the hassle of switching IT companies, which is why exactly what I said, I have to be the first person they think of when they experience that pain point. So every Monday I send out a weekly tech tip. It's called Mondays with Megan, and it is a short, super short video. I try to keep it right around 1 minute long that just includes a tech tip. There's no other sales aspect of it. It is simply value add, and I send that every Monday. You're correct, Sean, normally in the late afternoon, so some people I'll catch them as they're wrapping up their day, or they'll see it first thing Tuesday morning. And I just do that every single Monday, and that's how I stay top of mind with thousands of people that otherwise wouldn't get any content from me or wouldn't hear EasyIT or my name.
That's awesome. And now, do you send it out to a mailing list? Do you post it on LinkedIn? How do you get it out to the world?
Yeah, so the main platform that we use is through marketing automation. So we outsource our marketing to a company called Out and About Marketing. They specialize in IT managed services marketing. So they know our lingo, they know our jargon, they know everything IT, which is great. And I have marketing automation platforms put out with them. So outside of Mondays with Megan, I also send out content and video, all based on if-then statements. So if they click on this, then send them this. If they're interested in this, then send them this. And so send out thousands of Monday with Megan tech tips. And then we also post them on social media, and they can always be found on EasyIT's YouTube channel under the playlist Mondays with Megan.
That's awesome. I love this tip. I think it's great. I think every salesperson could do something very similar. They're short, like you said, they're a minute long. I never really timed it, but they have some really good things. I mean, some things are like, yeah, I know that one, no big deal. But there have been times when I've been like, really? I got to save that one. I got to check that out later because you've taught me a few things over the last several months. How long have you been doing this?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Already had leads and business come from it. And you said something that I also want to hit on is if you already know the tech tip, no big deal. So that's kind of the key to this value add video is a lot of times when people get something that's not relevant to them, they unsubscribe because they think it's junk. But like you just said, if it's a tech tip you already know, no big deal. Might have been a good refresher, and you're probably going to keep watching the videos the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, they're great. And I actually listen to every single one, even the ones I know. Maybe I don't make it all the way through, but I definitely listen long enough to catch on to what it is. Or maybe you're talking about a tool that I don't use or whatever. Now you do it typically on things that everybody uses, like you did one on the iPhone. That's what I remember. You do a lot on Outlook. So you kind of focus on tools that most people use in their daily lives. Is that right?
That is 100% correct. Because if you ask the average person these types of tech tips, they probably don't know most of them. So you have to put yourself in the seat of the end user. stuff that, like, my engineers know that just comes second nature, that they've known for 10 years. That doesn't come naturally. Someone had to teach them that long ago. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is to teach this common sense stuff so that people can not get so frustrated with IT.
Great. And you told me that you've gotten some business, or at least it's helped you with some clients in the past?
Yeah, so I've had several meetings where I send out a tech tip email. Like I said, it's all through marketing automation. And I get people that respond to me personally saying, hey, this tech tip was really cool. By the way, we're reevaluating our IT. When are you free to talk? So they're actually coming to me and saying, can I meet with you? Which is just, for any salesperson, that's a dream come true.
That is a dream come true. That is really, really, really cool. Congratulations on that. And where do you get your ideas for the tech tips, and where do you, and how did you get the idea to do this?
Yeah, great question. So I get the tech tips either from my personal experience with something that I learned, or talking to other people. Like, I'll just ask different people, colleagues in different organizations, like, hey, was there something that you struggled with? Is there something you wish you knew how to do? Because I want content that's relevant to people. And then I also have peers that work for other IT companies, and I'm saying, hey, what are people appreciating? What are your best viewed tech tips? What are your best videos? Because we don't compete based on different regions. So I just pick everybody's brain and see what they want to know. And then your second question was, how did I get the idea for Mondays with Megan? So as I mentioned, we outsource our marketing, and there's a peer group that our marketing company hosts twice a year where we bring everyone together and we share best practices. And they told me, Megan, you've got to start doing video content. It is the next wave. You've got to get your video content up. And I, of course, was like, oh, I hate the sound of my own voice. I don't want to do this. But they're like, just do it. Trust me, it works. And it does. So I have to give kudos to my marketing peer group for pushing me to do it. And now I have fun with it. I enjoy that people learn new things and that I can make people's weeks better with IT tips.
That's awesome. And your voice is great, but I do understand, because I have the same problem. Whenever somebody told me, you need to record more stuff, Sean, I was like, no, I hate the sound of my voice. And so I totally get it. Everybody has that fear. Everybody has that worry. It's not an issue. Just do it, right? So yeah. I think this is a great idea. I am really, really proud that you are doing this. I think you can set the pace for everybody else that's out there. I'm amazed that you are doing this. I'm really, really happy that it's generating you some business, or at least increasing your ability to relate to your customers and have your customers reach out to you. So that's fantastic.
Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate all the kind words.
So do us a favor. If somebody wants to reach out because they need IT stuff, especially if they're in Greater Columbus, Ohio, how do they get a hold of Megan?
Great question. So we try to keep things easy at EasyIT. So that's why my email is simply Megan, MEGAN, @easyit.com. They can go to the website. They can connect with me on LinkedIn. Just type in Megan O'Hara. Or you can call me directly, 614-339-4986. And that's how I end every single Mondays with Megan tech tip video.
That's awesome. And I remember that as well. So that's awesome. And if they want to subscribe, how do they get on your mailing list?
Absolutely. So simply go to EasyIT's YouTube channel, and then you can click subscribe, so you'll get on the email list that way, or reach out to me in any of those platforms, and I'll make sure you get the tech tip video. That's awesome. Thank you very much for sharing this with everybody. I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else does too. So thank you for taking the time to be on this and having this little conversation. So you're so good luck welcome. To you. Thank you so much. Yeah, this will be fun. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate your time. That's all I had to say, and I just wanted to share this little conversation with Megan because it was such a great idea. I think that every one of my salespeople throughout my clients, as well as people that aren't my salespeople, can go ahead and learn from this technique and should use this technique to increase their sales and their presence in their own personal market space. Thank you very much, Megan. Thank you.